I'm in Fort Collins, Colorado, which is headquarters for Niner Bikes. I just did a tour of their offices. Awesome tour. Making a whole separate video on that. But right now, I'm on a demo, and I'm demoing the fairly new RLT9 RDO, which is their carbon gravel bike. And I'm going to do just a quick and dirty review. Obviously, don't have a lot of time on the bike. First time out. I normally like to get more miles on a bike before I do a review, but I'm going to take this opportunity to talk about this bike because I am very, very impressed with this bike. So I used to own the RLT9 aluminum, and then that bike was a little too harsh for me. The aluminum was light and stiff, and the gravel roads that I ride have a lot of washboards, potholes, and it just, over a long ride, was a little uncomfortable. So then I got the RLT9 steel. Absolutely loved that bike, except for the fact that when I would take it out on group rides that turned into hammerfests, it was a little slow up the hills for sprinting. The frame was a little flexy. That bike is more for multi-day stuff or really long rides, like the DK200 would be one that bike would be good for. But for my kind of rides, the 60 to 100 mile range that a lot of them turn into hammerfests, that bike wasn't ideal. So I've been using my cross bike for gravel for about a year now, and this RLT9 RDO is the perfect blend between the aluminum and the steel. It is as comfortable as the steel, maybe a little bit more, and I can't believe I'm saying that because the steel was so comfortable. It is a light bike. I honestly didn't expect this bike to be more comfortable than my carbon cyclocross bike on just straight gravel roads. I expected it to be more stable, which it is. The lower bottom bracket, this bike is stable like I expected, but it's also super comfortable. I'm going to show the bike, and then I'm going to strap the GoPro on my chest, and I'll slow it down so the wind noise isn't too bad, and I'm just going to talk about some ride characteristics. So first of all, I have to say that Fort Collins, Colorado is freaking awesome. Just mountain ranges in the background. Oh my gosh. Weather's perfect today. It's like 70 degrees and no humidity at all. So, all right, enough of that. This is the build that comes with the Shimano Ultegra. And I think this is the 4-star build, but I'm really focusing on the frame. If I got one of these, I would probably go with a SRAM just because I'm now used to SRAM by having it on my cross bike. Comes with Niner Zone rims, and these rims I believe are carbon, and the frame of course is carbon. So basically full Shimano Ultegra components. You got 2 front chain rings and of course hydraulic disc brakes. And I'll just say that the Shimano stuff is, I've used it for so many years. It's just solid. I'm used to SRAM again, but I could go back to Shimano. It's pretty intuitive, both of them. So yeah, beautiful frame. This is obviously a demo bike. Got a few scratches on it, but the fork is comfortable. You've got some braze-ons here for a rack. I think you can also put some water bottles there if you want to. Of course, 2 water bottle mounts in the frame. And one thing I really like about the Niner bikes is the saddles. These Niner saddles are super comfortable, which of course is very important for a gravel bike when you spend so many hours riding gravel. So what I'm going to do is just put this GoPro on my chest and let's get some rides on some gravel around here. All right, I'm going to slow it down a little bit, just talk about the ride qualities of this bike. This carbon is built so that it absorbs bigger hits really well. Carbon can be so stiff or it can be so comfortable. This bike feels like when you hit potholes and things in the saddle, it does not jar you like some other bikes that I've been on, and it absorbs the small chatter. So this bike really is going to be super comfortable over long rides. More comfortable than I even thought. And the stability on this bike is really nice. I feel like if I hit some gravel at high speed, the bike would be a lot easier to control than a top heavy type bike with a higher bottom bracket. Let's get up to speed here, and I'm going to hit this gravel and kind of brake a little bit. Very, very stable. I took some corners on this bike, and the low bottom bracket just flows so well around the corners. This bike also, I can't believe how fast this thing accelerates. Like, it kind of took me by surprise. I didn't expect the acceleration to be as fast as my carbon cyclocross race bike, but it is. So you've got fast acceleration and really good all-day comfort. This bike is just, it's kind of surpassing my expectations. I knew it would be good. I mean, Niner builds some really good carbon bikes. I've loved their mountain bikes. Love my RLT9, but this bike, really, really amazing. All right, I'm gonna get a few more miles in, and I'm gonna hit some potholes, and let's see how this thing handles those rougher type potholes. This bike rocks. This bike is so stable at speed. I'm so used to my cross bike, which I still like riding on gravel, but the stability of this thing is just quite a bit better. And I haven't hit like really bad washboards. To me, that's the worst thing to ride in gravel. But when the road gets pitted, this bike's really comfortable. And I'm staying in the saddle over some little potholes and stuff, and this thing's a good bike. I'm gonna do some out of the saddle climbing here. All right, back at Niner headquarters, and that was a great ride. If you can't tell, I like this bike a lot. Just want to reiterate the comfort. Even on G-outs, when your butt's in the saddle, that's when you can really tell if a carbon bike, hardtail, road bike, cross bike, gravel bike, if it flexes. So if you butts in the saddle, hit a G-out, you can feel this bike give a little bit, and that's what causes the comfort. So it absorbs that little chatter really well and the bigger hits. So great gravel bike. Again, quick and dirty review, only one ride on the bike. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching.